How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to Heinz Field with your Pitt Panthers set to host the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. The Panthers come into this matchup ranked number 15 in the country, sporting a 7-0 record, taking on what's looked to be a very formidable Coastal Carolina team in their first year in FBS play. This is a team that relies heavily on a nuanced rushing spread option attack and can attack you in a number of different ways. So the Panthers will certainly have their hands full with quarterback Grayson McCall and company. So let's take you out to the field as your Pitt Panthers host Coastal Carolina on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. And Johnny Midday set to kick off for the Panthers here as we get things underway at Heinz Field. CJ Marable back to receive the kickoff, senior tailback for Coastal Carolina. He's got a hole up the middle of the field, and he comes up across the 20 and across the 25 to get things underway. Coastal, we can see over 200 yards rushing per game. The Panthers third in the country in rush defense, so it's when a rock meets a immovable object here, and we'll see who's able to come out victorious in this clash. We're going to see a lot of this shotgun rushing attack here, and the Panthers get into the backfield very early on. Jalen Hill's the man to meet Marable behind the line of scrimmage and make a stop for a big loss. But for Coastal Carolina, Grayson McCall is going to be the man pulling all the strings. He's got 9 total touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards on the season so far in the 4-1 start for the Chanticleers. They motion him into the backfield. It's going to be option for McCall. He decides to keep it himself. Malachi Bordeaux, the Panthers' senior defensive tackle, the man to drag him down from behind after a short gain. Third down now, pump fake from McCall. He looks, throws it over the middle. He's got Bedgood, but great job by the Panthers to jar that football loose and force the punt from the Chanticleers. So the Pitt offense will come out onto the field, led by Davion Reynolds, super sophomore tailback, part of a trio of second-year players for the Panthers that have made a huge impact. Reynolds, though, loses 2 on the opening carry of the game, taking the handoff from one of those aforementioned players, sophomore quarterback C.J. Kirk. Second down now, it's play action. Kirk with time to throw. He's going to lay it outside to Christian Klump, who's been a bit overlooked here early on the season. Finally came on in the Panthers' most recent victory, but the redshirt freshman making an impact now, and that's an 18-yard catch for a first down. Triple option for Pitt now. It's going to be Cino Rogers out wide. Dances around one defender, but he's unable to make that second man miss, and it's going to be a 6-yard pickup for the Panthers. Kirk now hands it off to Reynolds. He sweeps out towards the boundary, and he's unable to get any real traction there. Sets up a 3rd and 5. 5-man set for the Panthers. Kirk in the shotgun has a man underneath. That's Nash Jackson on the comeback route. 10-yard pickup moves the chains for the Panthers into Coastal Carolina territory here. 1st and 10 now. It's going to be Kirk. Keeps himself on a read option. Dances around one Coastal Carolina defender. He's into the secondary, and that's 12 yards and a first down. Great move. Shiftiness by the Panthers sophomore signal caller. 2nd and 8 now. Kind of a full house, half full house look there as they go out wide to Daenerys Carter, the reserve tailback for the Panthers. Nowhere to go there. It's going to be 3rd and long now for Pitt. Kirk back to pass here. Dances outside the pocket as he rolls out to the left-hand side. He's got room to run, and he's going to get the first down. Dances through one defender, keeps fighting forward. He's near the end zone, taken down at about the 2. A power effort from C.J. Kirk, but it looks like it's coming back here. The Panthers going to be tagged with a clipping call on K.J. Welsh as he was blocking outside. And the worst part about this, it's so unnecessary. Welsh didn't need to push that man in the back there. Ends up taking the flag and forcing 3rd and 3 now for Pitt. And Onyango's unable to haul that one in, and so the Panthers go from 1st and goal at the 2 to being forced to settle for a short Johnny Midday field goal here. That kick is up, and he pushes it to the left. No good from the normally reliable kicker for the Panthers, and just like that, they go scoreless on their opening drive here. A look around the country, huge upset here. Marquez Gordon and Penn State knocking off previously unbeaten Ohio State 29-26 in Happy Valley. Gigantic victory for the Nittany Lions. And another unbeaten falls. Oklahoma State losing to Iowa State 28-24. Michael Robinson with 3 touchdowns for the Cyclones in that one. So 2 unbeatens ahead of the Panthers in the rankings fall here on this Saturday. It's going to be Marable out wide on the option pitch. He dances around Matt Emery. He's away from a man. Cedric Granger couldn't bring him down, and that's a huge gain for Marable. 40 yards on the option run there for the senior tailback. McCall goes up the middle. It's Marable's number called once again. He blasts through a couple of Panther defenders. Requires 3 men to bring him down there. 6-yard pickup. Now 2nd down. McCall's going to keep it this time. He goes out wide to Isaiah Likely, the tight end. He's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's Dio Langston, the Panthers' middle linebacker, setting up 3rd and short now. McCall back to pass, setting up a screen, and he's unable to get the ball away. That's Langston, quickest to the football yet again, and he's going to get the sack there for a huge loss. Coastal forced to punt it away on what looked to be a sure scoring drive. Kirk rolls out wide on 1st down. Now here he's got room to run, and he's going to get a nice solid chunk. 8-yard pickup there for the Panthers. Sets up 2nd and short. Play action for Kirk now. Has a man underneath. Instead, he looks to that 2nd level, and he's got Ceno Rogers, the real deal. 25-yard pickup for the Panthers' redshirt freshman wide receiver, and a 1st down. Kirk back to pass on 2nd down, and he's got nowhere to go. Sacked. Loss of 5 there. It's Silas Kelly, the man to get to the quarterback, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set. Kirk, plenty of time to throw. Finds a man there, and that's that man, Ceno again. He's away from 1 tackler. Fights off a 2nd for a 31-yard pickup as he steps out of bounds near the red zone territory of Coastal Carolina. Play action again for Kirk. He sheds 1 tackler. Has a man open, and that's going to be a walk-in touchdown. Nash Jackson, but hold on a second. We've got a flag on the play. Pass interference. That's going to be called against the Panthers. Keith Onyango interfering with a Coastal defender down the field, allowing Jackson to get open, and that's going to indicate what looked to be a Panthers touchdown. Kirk now going to the sideline. That's Shane Mitchell hauling that one in for 13 yards. Makes it a much more manageable 2nd and 7 now. Rogers motioning into the backfield. He's going to get the handoff, weaving between a couple defenders. Very short pickup, if at all. Sets up 3rd and 6 now for Pitt. 4 wide set. Kirk in the shotgun. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Sheds 1 tackler, but the swarm of Chanticleers was able to bring down C.J. Kirk. C.J. Brewer with some C.J. on C.J. violence, the man to bring him down. And we're going to get to the end of the 1st quarter. Pitt unable to score here in the opening frame, looking for a Johnny Madej field goal coming out of the break here. And so it will be Madej. Missed 1 already today. This will be about a 43-yard attempt. And that kick is up. That kick is good. And the Panthers off the snide here, break their duck, and make it 3-0 Pitt on the first play of the 2nd quarter. Syracuse with a big win over Louisville. Cornell Washington pair of touchdown passes to Thornton there for the victory for the Orange. Florida State also improves to 6-2. Mike Washington at quarterback with a couple of touchdowns. Brandon Sledge with a great grab, as well as Jay-Sean McNeil with a touchdown as they knock off NC State 38-17. Tough day for Holloway, the young star passer for NC State. Dual halfback look in the shotgun here as they send a man in motion for Coastal as they look to get on the scoreboard here. And that's going to be Grayson McCall dancing off 1 defender. He's into the secondary, and he could go. He's into Pitt territory. Nobody to beat. He just has to outrun everyone. Matt Emery giving chase, and it's Grayson McCall to the end zone for the Coastal Carolina touchdown. We talked about how he is going to be the difference maker for the Chanticleers, and just like that, he gets around 1 defender in the backfield. I think that was Marcus Lanier, unable to bring him down, and Coastal Carolina takes a 7-3 lead. DeAnthony Hamilton with the ball now. He goes right up the gut for the Panthers. Huge return there up across the 40, setting up good field position for Pitt as they look to counter that Coastal touchdown drive. Kirk now fakes a draw there, looks out wide to Christian Klump on the wheel route. 9-yard pickup for Pitt. 2nd and short now. Kirk keeps it himself on the read option, got plenty of room up the middle of the field, and he gets a good chunk of yardage there. 8 yards and a new set of downs for the Panthers. CJ in the shotgun again. They're going to motion Rogers into the backfield. Plenty of time to throw, and he is going to throw it to Rogers. There's a little motion screen for Ceno. He's got plenty of room, and he's up over to about the 20-yard line there. 22-yard pickup, 78 yards, barely through 1 quarter now for Ceno Rogers here. First down for Pitt. It's going to be Kirk. He's going to keep it himself yet again. Fakes the handoff to Reynolds. And a nice gain there for CJ. 7 yards out to the sideline. Sets up 2nd and 3. They're going to motion Rogers into the backfield yet again. They'll hand it to him on kind of a counter route there. That's going to be Sino fighting forward for a 4-yard pickup and a Panther first down. So 1st and goal now. 4 wide set up for Kirk. He's back in the shotgun. Plenty of time to throw. Has a man, and it's Sino again. They keep feeding him the football, and he keeps delivering. Touchdown Panthers. Sino Rogers. And it's Pitt 10, Coastal Carolina 7 after the score. What a play there. Great play action there. Kirk just plenty of time to throw. Rogers comes open in the back of the end zone, and great little toe tap there, showing that he wants to play on Sundays, getting both feet down there in the back of the end zone. That would have been a score at any level. So Coastal Carolina, a team, new to this level. What kind of resilience can they show after falling behind here to the Panthers on a great scoring drive? False start there for Coastal. It's going to be 2nd and long now. Marable nowhere to go there. A horde of Panthers clogging up the middle of the field there. Not much of a gain there. 3rd and 9 now. McCall back to pass. Has some time. Looks out to the sideline. He's got Bedgood there. He's behind Scott Whaley, and he's off to the races. The Panthers track him down there. Brian Youngling, eventually the man to bring him down, but that's a huge gain to Bedgood, beating Scott Whaley in single coverage. Read option now for McCall. Brian Youngling with another tackle, this time behind the line of scrimmage. He's up to 4 tackles already on the day. 3rd and 6 now for the Chanticleers. McCall looks over the middle. He's got Bedgood on the screen. Comes across the middle, and that's going to be a first down pickup. 1st and goal to go now for Coastal as the Panthers defense looks to put up a red zone stand here. McCall keeps it himself on the option run there. Chased from behind, and a Darion Mitchell, the Panthers senior outside linebacker, the man to trip him up, sets up 2nd down. Another option call from McCall here. Matt Emery coming up and pirouettes McCall to the turf. Twirls him down there. 3rd and goal now for Coastal from the Panther 2. Back to passes McCall. Open is Isaiah Likely, and that's a touchdown. Matt Emery, just too much room for him on the zone there, and that's going to be Isaiah Likely for the score. Coastal back in front now, 14-10, providing a lot of resilience against these Panthers. But DeAnthony Hamilton breaks outside again, cuts inside, huge return for the Panthers. Fantastic freshman. Great return there, 66 yards, and Pitt in plus territory already. As you can see, that terrific trio, Reynolds, Kirk, and Rogers. Reynolds, not much of the ball today, but Rogers making a huge impact already, and they're going to motion Rogers. They won't give it to him, though. It's going to be Davion, and he's taking that to heart. He wants to make an impact here. 9-yard pickup, sets up 2nd and short. Trip set up to the right for the Panthers. They go play action. Instead, they go back to the left. That's a KJ Welsh sighting for the first time today, other than that early penalty he took. Goes on the slant there. 15-yard pickup. 1st and goal to go now for the Panthers. Both offenses moving the ball very well so far, and that's a great throw. What a catch. Shane Mitchell gets a foot down in the corner of the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Kirk now 11 of 12 for over 160 yards and a pair of scores already. A perfect throw there. Put it right where only Mitchell could grab it. Does a great job getting a foot down inbounds, and the Panthers quickly go back in front with a 3-play scoring drive, taking the lead 17-14. It's going to be Marable up the gut this time. He's finally dragged down after a nice pickup. 3rd and short now for Coastal. Panthers crowding the box here, looking to bring pressure. Marable goes against the grain there and gets a nice run, just enough to move the chains for Coastal Carolina here. And we've seen a lot of this rushing attack. The Panthers, with certain teams that have used that option, we've seen it have an impact on Pitt. We remember Duke having a nice rushing attack against the Panthers despite Pitt winning. Duke moved the ball well. They had an option touchdown run. Coastal's trying to replicate that success here. McCall rolls out to the right, though. Great defending by the Panthers. That's batted down at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to force a Coastal Carolina punt. So Pitt now, late in the 2nd quarter, looking to maybe break the score open a little bit. Kirk back across the grain. That's going to be Daenerys Carter there, fights through a couple of tackles. 10 yards and a new set of downs for the Panthers, though Carter slow to get up. We'll have to see if he's able to return to this contest after that hit. Handoff to Davion Reynolds this time. He cuts outside, tries a spin, but nowhere to go there. Short pickup, sets up 3rd down. Panthers go 1 tight end set here. Kirk back to pass. Pressure coming off the corner, and that allows Christian Klump to find himself open across the middle of the field. 17-yard pickup for the Panthers offense. KJ Welsh going to motion into the backfield here on first down. Play action from Kirk. Rolls out to his right, finds a man across the field. It's Keith Onyango. Busted coverage there as Onyango gets behind everybody. I think the motion really got Coastal Carolina out of their base defensive look. It allowed Onyango to go untouched, open across the middle of the field. CJ Kirk just has to drop it right into a space there for him. That's a third touchdown for the Panthers quarterback here in the first half, and Pitt goes up 23-14. And now the Panthers just looking to get to halftime with this 9-point lead. They're going to give Coastal a good amount of field position here. Darion Mitchell caught with his hand in the cookie jar, or I should say in the face mask. 15-yard penalty gets Coastal to near midfield. They drop it underneath to CJ Marable. He fights through a couple of tacklers, makes it second and short here with just a minute to play. McCall back to pass. Panthers only rush 3 to go on the screen. It's going to be Marable, but he's hauled down. Panthers fight him there, but he's able to just stretch the ball across the line to gain, get a new set of downs for the Chanticleers. McCall back to pass here, tries to scramble out of the pocket. He's got room to run. Darion Mitchell eventually the man to force him to the turf there. Second and short now for Coastal, just under a minute to play in the opening half here. Pitt rushes a man off the edge. It forces an errant throw from McCall, and Matt Emery, the man to take advantage and haul the football away, giving it back to the Panthers here. 50 seconds to play and 3 timeouts. This could be a huge swing of the game for the Panthers. What a job by the Panthers, though, bringing pressure off the edge, forcing the tough throw from McCall, and Pitt takes advantage here. Kirk, he's got KJ Welsh open on the drag with tons of green in front of him. He scoots out of bounds near midfield. 20-yard pickup for Pitt, preserves a timeout as well. Back to pass is Kirk. Plenty of time as Coastal rushes 3. Looks to the sideline. He's lucky that's not intercepted. Had Klump underneath on the open check down. Decided to throw it into double coverage. Lucky it's not intercepted. Time to throw again. He looks to the exact same place. KJ Welsh again. 17-yard pickup, his third catch of the day. Kirk back to pass here. Pitt still 3 timeouts here. They may not need to use them all as he looks for Rogers, and that's deflected away. Good defense by the safety there to jar the ball loose as Rogers went up for it. Second down now for Pitt. Kirk, time to throw again. He's got a man over the middle. That's Cino Rogers, goes across the 20. 17-yard pickup as he goes over 100 yards. And the Panthers get into the red zone here. Kirk back to pass here. Great blitz pickup by Pitt, and that's going to be Christian Klump across the first down marker. Goal to go territory for Pitt as Klump's shaking up a bit on the play. Panthers call timeout to preserve the time. Kirk looking to the sideline. That's nearly intercepted. He wanted KJ Welsh there on the fade route, and he just didn't throw it deep enough. Jordan Morris, unfortunate for Coastal, unable to pull it in. Over the middle now, and that's going to be Nash Jackson. Diving grab for the Panthers, and a huge touchdown to send them into halftime with a 30-14 advantage. What a way to flip the field. A late touchdown for Pitt. Looked like they'd taken in with, a 2-score lead. But then after the interception by the Panthers, they march right down the field, score another touchdown, and it's going to be 30-14 Pitt here at halftime. And it's just a great half of football. 291 yards passing for CJ Kirk, by far the most prolific half of football that he's ever played, and to our records recollection, the most prolific half of football the Panthers have ever had here passing the ball. Incredible half there. Protected the ball well, maybe a little bit lucky, fortuitous on a couple of throws, but no turnovers for Kirk. C-Note Rogers is C-Note Rogers. He's over the century mark. 100 yards there. That's a great line that's come from the locker room here, calling C-Note because he should be going for 100 every single game. And that's going to be Kirk now as the Panthers come out of halftime here. He dances down the sideline, twinkle toes and tippy toes like Fred Flintstone there. Keeps himself inbounds for a huge pickup near midfield for the Panthers here. Handoff up the middle to Davion Reynolds, who's been fairly quiet. He's dragged down after a 4-yard pickup, but he's hauled down by the face mask, and that's going to be another 15 yards tacked onto the end of the run for Pitt here, who's looking to really break this football game open. Dual halfback set here. It's going to be Colin Wells in the backfield, and he's going to get the handoff from Kirk this time. Short gain there for the redshirt senior running back. 2nd and 7 now. Rogers motions into the backfield. They don't give it to him, though. It's going to be Davion Reynolds there. Right up the middle. Goes off tackle for a nice 7-yard pickup. and a first down gain. Two halfback looks becoming very common for the Panthers, though, in these kind of, strong type formations with the pistol setup and two halfbacks next to C.J. Kirk. That's going to be Wells for a solid gain this time. Now they go back to Reynolds. The Panthers saying, you know what, we've been airing it out all game. This time we're just going to run it right down your throats. And they're doing exactly that to Coastal. Kirk, though, plenty of time to throw. He has to dance around one defender, gets the edge here, has room to run, may find the end zone, and he does. C.J. Kirk says, you know what, I've been doing it all game with my arm. I can show off my legs here this time as well. The mobile quarterback showing that ability off here as he gets around the edge. Coastal unable to contain against the Panthers sophomore quarterback, and he's able to just waltz into the end zone. Great block there on the end there. You saw by Davion Reynolds, a devastating block out on the corner, giving Kirk the space to get those final couple yards. And it's Pitt now 37-14, and this Coastal, effort, really, really strong first half from them, is kind of falling apart at the seams here. But McCall continues to fight. He's up to 91 yards on the day as he gets first down yardage on that scramble. Play action now for Grayson. He looks over the middle. He's got him in. That's Javon Hiley, who's into Pitt territory down about the 40-yard line, 21-yard pickup for Coastal Carolina. McCall now, he's going to hand off to C.J. Marable, fights through one tackler. He's eventually hauled to the turf by a number of Panthers, tried to stay up and get some extra yardage, but it's a nice 8-yard gain for Coastal. McCall now hands it off. That's going to be White up the middle. He finds a huge hole, and that's a great gain there for Reese White. 16 yards into the red zone now. 5 wide pickup for McCall. They look like they tried to go wide receiver option there, and Mac McAlevey was having absolutely none of it. He wrapped up McCall. He did a great job taking away the pitch lane and then getting his arms around McCall and bring him to the turf. He's going to be right there yet again. Swarms to the man. Gang tackle with him and Dio Langston. Another big loss for McCall. 3rd and 17. They try and roll him out to the left. Has time, but eventually the pressure breaks down. 2 Panthers get to him, and that's a Darion Mitchell, the senior linebacker, making the sack. And Coastal's going to have to settle for a very long 50-yard field goal attempt. Has the distance, but pushes it just wide to the right. So the Panthers emerge unscathed after what looked to be a promising Coastal Carolina drive. Triple option out for Pitt. It's going to be Kirk again. Fleet foots around one defender there and turns it into a 2-yard pickup. 3rd and long now for Pitt. Reynolds motions into the backfield here. Kirk looking to set up maybe a screen, but nothing really develops. The Panthers don't hold their blocks, and that's Gladney Jr. in the backfield getting the sack. The Panthers forced to punt the ball away. McCall now on the option, has preserved room. He's got Reese White on the outside. Granger unable to bring him down. That's Scott Whaley making the arm tackle there after a 6-yard pickup. McCall back to pass here. Decides to scramble. No room up the middle, and that's going to be a sack. I think that's Bordeaux, the man to bring him down in the backfield for the Panthers. 3rd and 5 now for Coastal. McCall again looking to pass. He's going to scramble, though. Doesn't like what he sees. I think it might have been even a design quarterback run using the legs of Grayson McCall, and that's a 6-yard gain and a first down. They go option now for McCall. Great pitch out. We're seeing a lot of Reese White here in the second half, and that's a nice gain for the tailback there. 10-yard pickup for Coastal. Dual halfback look now. It's Marable and White. They're going to give it to White, though. He's got plenty of room up the middle before a Darion Mitchell hauls him down to the turf. Nice pickup. And you can see this Coastal offense. You can see what they're trying to accomplish here by keeping you off balance, but the negative plays are really what have hurt them in this one. Again, 3rd and 2. They get a little bit too cute with the triple option, and instead the Panthers force a loss, forces a long field goal attempt, and what a kick there. 54-yard field goal attempt, up and good. And it's a score for Coastal Carolina, though. At this point, with how much they're trailing by, they need field goals, touchdowns, not field goals. Great throw by Kirk there, looking for KJ Welch. They're just unable to haul it in. Really nice coverage there by Coastal deep. Kirk rolling out to the right. He's got a man over the top, trying for Davion Reynolds, but again, really nice coverage by Coastal Carolina on those deep balls, not letting Kirk beat them over the top like he has time and time again already today. Great job by the Panthers, though, on 2nd down. That's Jalen Hills into the backfield for the big loss, and that's going to send us into the 4th quarter. Your Pitt Panthers leading Coastal Carolina 37-17 on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Coastal Carolina to start with the ball in the 4th quarter, trailing by 20. It's McCall back to pass, setting up a screen. It's nearly intercepted. A Darion Mitchell had that read all the way. 4-yard loss for the Chanticleers. 4th and 13 now, and they're going to have to go for it, trailing by this much. McCall back to pass. Time to throw. The pressure's eventually going to get home, and the Panthers take him to the turf. Darion Mitchell, I think, is going to be the guy finally credited for that sack, but that's a team sack right there. That's a coverage sack. The Panthers did bring pressure, but just nowhere for McCall to go with the football. He had some time to look around there, and the Panthers get the takeaway here. Kirk now back to pass on 1st down, rolls out to the right, creates some space, looks to the end zone, has a man, and it's incomplete. KJ Welsh just unable to get a foot down inbounds. The Panthers look like they're going to decide to challenge this one and see if maybe Welsh was able to get that right foot down, and it looks like he's just outside the end zone there. Unfortunate, as that was a perfect play there. Kirk did a great job extending it with his legs and forcing it out wide, or forcing it down the field there to Welsh, just unable to tap his toes in the back of the end zone. Kirk back to pass again, has a man. This time it's Keith Onyango, already 1 touchdown today, and he's going to be just denied a second one, dragged down at the 1-yard line. So goal to go for the Panthers from the 1. They're going to put Welsh in motion, but they'll hand it off to Reynolds. He's not able to force his way into pay dirt here. Rogers now in motion across the formation on 2nd down. Kirk goes to Reynolds again. They want to reward Davion, who's had a tough day. Not a ton of room for him running the football, but he does find the back of the end zone. Pitt with another score, going to go up 44-17 on the Chanticleers here. And it's been a really dominating performance by Darion Mitchell and the Pitt defense, especially in the second half here. 2 sacks, 9 tackles, 4 for a loss for the senior linebacker, who's really had an incredible coming out party this season. We talked about last year at the end of the year how he really was expected to be a big performer on the defense. Didn't live up to the billing last year, but this year he has been incredible. He's really shouldered that mantle on himself, was awarded a team captain along with Malachi Bordeaux coming out of spring and fall camp, and he's really repaid the favor here with an incredible performance, especially tonight here. Panthers force another punt from Coastal Carolina. Youngling with a great break up there on 3rd down. So Pitt with the ball in really great field position after a good solid return here. It's going to be Davion Reynolds. Now he spins past 1 defender, finds the outside. He's got that second burst, and then the step back, just putting on the Ritz is that dude Davion. Great pickup there as he goes up to 41 yards on the day. 4 wide set for Pitt now. Kirk, play action, time to throw, has a man with a step, and that's going to be Welsh this time. He has enough room to get his whole body down inbounds this time, and what a throw that is by CJ Kirk. That might be the icing on the cherry here. An incredible throw there. Welsh able to get his hands on it and haul the football down in as he crashes to the turf. Pitt with a 50-burger, 51-17 over Coastal here. And they're really showing the newcomers here what it takes to play at the Power 5 level. Obviously, Coastal in the Sun Belt, but what it means to be a team that, tries to really compete for top ranking every year. And the Panthers decide now they're going to put in some of their second teamers here, get the full subs as Austin Penny's in at quarterback, Colin Wells in at receiver, Penny back to pass here on play action. He's got Shane Mitchell underneath. Mitchell already with a touchdown grab on the day today. 13-yard pickup here. They're going to go Wildcat this time. DeAnthony Hamilton to take the handoff. He's got plenty of room, and we know he's a speedster. Can he get the edge here? He's just dragged out of bounds near midfield. 26-yard pickup for the freshman, who's been a real return specialist for the Panthers, but you see what he can do when you get him out in space. They decide to go with another sweep to Hamilton this time from the Wildcat. He's just dragged down on the edge of the formation as he tried to get to the boundary, but another big run there. Penny in the shotgun now. He's back to pass. Quick throw. That's going to be Quincy Veers, the local product from Shaler High School. He's spent a lot of time in this Panther program, finally getting a chance to get on the field here. Nice pickup, 22 yards for him. Penny now, triple option. He goes out wide to Veers. He sheds 1 tackler. He's up over the 20, down inside the 15 to about the 14 before he's pushed out of bounds. 13-yard pickup for the redshirt junior receiver. 5 wide set for Penny now. He looks out wide. That's going to be Scott Whaley. He's going to march into the end zone for the touchdown. The Panthers letting one of their starting corners, who you know, originally in his career, there was thought that he may be a dual threat player, but he ended up being, you know, a key contributor defensively right from the get-go and never really got an opportunity offensively. They let him get out here in the late drama here, and it's a great play to Scott Whaley for the touchdown. Really the icing on top of the cake here as the Panthers come away with a 58-17 victory. C.J. Kirk with probably his best performance ever in a Pitt Panther uniform. Incredible game all around. Ceno Rogers was huge in the first half for Pitt as they were able to kind of outlast Coastal Carolina, and then the second half, the defense really put the game on their shoulders, made stop after stop. Coastal Carolina couldn't get the ball down the field at all, and the Pitt offense finally came alive. And the deep ball finally was huge today. Kirk really has struggled with the deep ball a lot this year. We've seen a lot of picks. Remember 2 interceptions against Duke when he was trying to throw deep balls, you know, just a couple of weeks ago, and instead he was incredible in this game today. A complete performance for the Panthers and a huge victory, 58-17. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hail to Pitt. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.